Hello Facebook, welcome to another one of our Autodesk AutoCAD Facecasts. We're excited to be with you here from San Francisco. My name is John Mesh. You might have seen me before with talking about design feed in the desktop, and today we have Lisa Krantz with us as well. So Lisa and I both work on the AutoCAD 360 line of products, and here we're here to talk to you today about those. So Lisa will be talking a little bit about the web app, and I'll tell you a little bit about some of the great new features we have on the mobile as well. As a reminder, please feel free to chat in your questions as we're going. We do have some live feeds up here, and we're happy to answer those questions as they come in. So some of our help in the back here is coordinating, and we'll make sure that those get to us. Anything you want to add before we get started?
No.
All right.
Very excited to be here and excited to talk about our new applications.
Yeah. So as many of you know, last Tuesday we launched AutoCAD 360. So this was formerly known as AutoCAD WS, and we're really excited about this change because we're aligning these products more with the rest of the Autodesk 360 family. And we wanted to make sure that it was really clear to people that that was a part of the same brand, it's part of the same family, and these are the official AutoCAD web and mobile apps. So we had some questions about that, and we wanted to make sure that that was super clear. But as you know, those came out last Tuesday, and we've done a lot of work on these. So we have on the mobile app, which I'll show you here in just a minute, we've got some new features that are free, and it's also some new features that are available for a premium version. And so we'll demo those a little bit. Then Lisa will go through what's new in the web app.
Yeah, and I'll talk about the web app. I'll show our new user interface, give a few tips and tricks about using that, and then I'll pass it back to John.
Yeah. So let's get started. So first, I really wanted to show you we're really excited about what we've done with the mobile app, and I know a lot of you are mobile app users. So let's go into here. We have Walla Height Avenues. This is just a sample house floor plan. And some of the really exciting things that we have new for free here that we wanted to share with you. We have this new tool called SmartPin that we're really excited about. So this tool here, SmartPin, allows you to, it's really great for those field workflows where you want to capture some ideas quickly, but you also want the accuracy that you're used to with AutoCAD. And so you can go in here and say, like in the corner of this house here, that we want to add a deck, perhaps. And so using a combination of SmartPin and Design Feed, we can do some really nice things here. So we've got Object Snap, as you can see here, and I can just kind of go from the edge here. And I don't have to draw it quite perfectly, but it really takes that and makes it look a lot nicer. And you can just see how it snaps to those points here. And I'm going to turn it off here because I want to add some stairs in the corner here. So we're going to just kind of draw some quick lines here and just add a few stairs here. And then in combination with Design Feed, say we're going through here and we'll say that we want to remove this tree here and then remove this tree here because we know that we're going to need to do that for that deck. And then I'm going to go ahead and tag Lyle Landscape here, who's Lisa's posing as today, and just say, hey Lyle.
My other company.
What do you think? So this is a really great way to capture some ideas really quickly and share those back and forth. And you'll see kind of the other side of that here in just a minute. Well, we've got some other tools that are free here as well that we wanted to share. So we've got aligned dimensions. So you can go in and you can actually say, okay, well this step here, how long is that step going to be? Well, you know, if we pull that dimension out, okay, it's about 11 foot. So we have some nice additional tools here for dimensioning, for drawing and capturing ideas. We've also got a few other features outside of the drawing environment that we wanted to share. So let me go back for a moment, back to our file manager. And in here you can see that we have a variety of connections. And so you can connect your AutoCAD 360 apps, both web and mobile, to external storage services. So you can go and connect to files that you have in Dropbox or Box.com, and you can view those for free. But separately, I wanted to highlight some of the stuff that we've got in our new Pro plans. And there's some really exciting stuff here that we wanted to share as well. So let me go back to that drawing here, Walla Height Avenue. So as this is loading here, there's a lot of things that you can do. So I just showed you connecting to outside storage. With the Pro plans, you can actually also edit those files that you have in those third-party storage solutions directly from your mobile app. So you don't have to move your files. You can use them where they are and be able to edit those as well. But we've also got some other nice things. So say, we wanted to take out these trees, but it's really important to this homeowner that they want to have, some bushes installed. So now we've got blocks as part of this. We have a block library. So you can see what I have in the drawing right here. And I could just take those and drag those across, and you'll see we're still figuring out where all these are landing here. I didn't set this up quite right, but you can add a couple trees here, and you can quickly kind of move those trees. And maybe we actually say, oh, instead of let's go back to our design feed here. Instead of removing that, let's actually say maybe move this instead. So you can just, again, really quickly work. You've got that nice block library here that comes with the Pro features. I'll just turn those comments off for now. And there's a few other things that are really nice here. So if you notice here, we'll go to this tree, and you can see a few new options down here, particularly this properties one. So you can see here we have the ability to view all of the properties that are a part of these objects now. So you can say, let's add an attribute, and we're just going to say this is a tree type. And
generic tree type.
No, it's a birch tree. It's a birch tree. So we're just gonna assign some things like that. And the nice thing is that you can go in and add those properties and change them later as well. There's also, as you can see here, as I'm selecting around, there are more advanced properties. So I actually selected the perimeter of this property, and you can see the overall length, and you can see the area. So there's a lot of nice things that we've done there. The Pro plan also comes with a number of other things. There's a lot more drawing tools. Larger file support, advanced layer management, so I can go in here and I can add layers and do a lot more controls of those things, renaming them, etc. We mentioned the block libraries already, and then there's an increased storage space. So you can go to the Pro plan, or there's also the Pro Plus plans. Let me see if I can pull that up here. So you can see I have already become a Pro user, but you can go for a yearly subscription for $49.99 a year. You can go for a monthly subscription for $4.99 a month if you just want to try it out. There's also a Pro Plus plan that allows you to get more storage beyond the initial that you get with that middle tier. So please go check it out. Try it out for a month if you're not sure, and let us know what you think. We'd love your feedback. So with that, Lisa, would you love to tell us about the web app?
Sure, I'd love to talk about the web app. So I'll share my screen with all of you. So as John mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, we have changed the name. So our new name is AutoCAD 360. I'm going to be talking about the AutoCAD 360 web application. John just talked about mobile. So the first thing that I want to show you is we have a new URL that reflects our new name. So www.AutoCAD360.com is where you come to find out information about both of these applications, and of course to access the web app. So here I am on our new home screen, and the first thing I have to do is I have to log in. So we continue to use your Autodesk ID. If you already have that set up, you can either use your existing ID or set up a new one here. And I'm logging in. And I don't know my password apparently.
So as Lisa's doing that, we spent a lot of time working on this web app, and we did a lot of new things with this. And so some of you who are familiar with web technologies know that Flash is going away, and our old AutoCAD WS client was written in Flash. And so part of the reason we went through this redesign was to really take advantage of some of that modern browser technology with HTML5. So because of that, you do need to use a browser like Chrome or Firefox, and some of the newer versions of Internet Explorer do work well, but they're still coming up in their compatibility. So we do suggest Chrome. But there's a lot of new and interesting things that we're doing there, and hopefully the performance, you'll see some improvements over time.
Exactly. So you all got to witness the wonder of my using a dummy account for this and having to remember yet another password. So the first thing, right after you sign in, you are landed into your dashboard. Your dashboard shows you an activity stream, so you can see the recent drawings that you've opened. You can see in this case where John has commented on my drawings, you can see that action has taken place. You also see the most recent drawings that you've used, because we're guessing that's probably what you're going to want to work on first. You can also get to a file manager with all of your drawings with this See All Drawings button. And then the other thing I do want to point out here is, so once we get into the application, you'll see that there is a new user interface. We are really excited about all the innovation that has gone into evolving this platform, but we know that some of you are on deadline. And at that, you don't want to be evolving when you're trying to get something done in 2 seconds. So we actually do have this Go to AutoCAD WS button. It's kind of your fallback if you need to get there just because you need to be somewhere that you're really comfortable. Great. Go there, but please also do try the new application because I think what you're going to see is pretty exciting stuff. So I'm going to open the file that John just sent me because we're working together on this landscape project. The first thing you'll notice in the corner here is that this is the current version of the drawing. It shows that John was the last one editing it. And I'm just going to go and scroll in here on his comments. And you can see over in the design feed window that the conversation that he has started is continuing in there. Then I can go in and actually make my own comments and say, you know, I don't really think this is a good idea. Too much sun over there. Veggies instead, I think. Question mark.
It's true. We have lots of conversations and fights via design feed. It's a lot of fun.
Yes. And then that's posted back to John for him to look at and to comment upon later. So that's a quick introduction to the design feed, showing how all of our applications, and actually this also works with the design feed that's on the desktop application as well, so that you can share your drawings between all of our different platforms. Quickly, let's just talk about the user interface. You'll notice all your same old familiar tool friends are there. They just look a little bit different. In some cases, they act a little bit different. We've been doing a lot of user research on especially how some of our new users use applications. And so we want to make this as friendly as possible for all types of users. A lot of you are probably experienced users and you're like, wait a minute, I don't want you messing with my AutoCAD, and of course we wouldn't do that. So one thing that you'll notice is that we still do have command line entries. So if I just want to move this item, you see the command line comes up right up when I type in the canvas, and it acts just as you would expect it to. Now, I'm not sure actually why I moved the coffee table across the room, but you know, I might have wanted to put it there. At the same time, I might also want to remember, okay, I put it there and then I took it back. So one thing I can do is with the web app, I can create a snapshot of this drawing at this point in time. And that snapshot can help you remember, say if you're doing a lot of modifications, but you're not quite sure you want to make them. It'll help you can go back and look at that snapshot later and kind of have a recorded memory of what you've done. So I'll just quickly create a snapshot of that drawing. You can save it with either the time or give it a unique name. And there we go, we have the snapshot. Now I can also go back to other versions of and see other snapshots. Now these aren't saved versions of your drawings, they're just snapshots, but they're great to have if you need a reference a little bit later. Another thing that is really helpful, we've found with some people who maybe are less familiar with AutoCAD and understanding model space and paper space, is how to access sheets. So I'm actually going to open a different drawing here that has multiple sheets. Currently you cannot create sheets in the web app, but you can view sheets, and so I'm going to show you how to do that. As we mentioned earlier, this is a beta version of the web application, and we really, really want people's feedback. This is a constantly evolving application. We're going to be doing frequent releases and adding new features. So feature requests are great, but also comments on what you see that is there would be really helpful for us. So we encourage you to do that. You'll see there's a send feedback button right at the top of the user interface. That will take you to a discussion board where you can leave comments. You can look up what comments other people have made and comment on those. Or you know, if you're just more comfortable doing it in a private way, you can send us a direct email about it. So let's see. That file might not want to open right now because I am projecting. go back to our old one. I'll just go back to this one. Do we have any questions, actually? Does anyone have questions?
No questions yet.
We did have one question come in and one comment about the Autodesk 360 app that gets installed on your local machine. And yeah, it's we're still figuring out. Obviously, all these things are evolving, and so we really appreciate your feedback. As kind of reference for those of you who aren't familiar with it, with the newer versions of AutoCAD Desktop on 2013 and 2014, you do have a synchronization client that comes and is installed on your desktop that allows you to kind of drag and drop folders and files over to that folder to be able to upload those onto the AutoCAD 360 and the Autodesk 360 servers that lets you access things anywhere. So those are definitely still evolving. Please leave your feedback. We'd love to hear that. I'm really glad you chimed in here and commented. We definitely take that seriously, and we are evolving all of these various products. One of the things that we're really excited about with both the web and mobile apps and something like that sync install is we have the ability to update those very frequently. And so you will see hopefully a lot more updates coming from us than you might typically on the desktop products. And so we're really trying to evolve and make sure that we're giving you the best, most up-to-date, bug-free experience possible.
So I have, we can go back to showing how to access sheets for viewing. So a lot of people do use the web app for viewing files. It's especially great if you don't have to have AutoCAD installed. You have people that you're working with who need to see things. So this is a file that I have. You can see that we have two different viewing views. The first is the design view. That's what I'm in now. That's where you do your work and you see your tools. But we also have a sheet view. And that sheet view will show me my different layouts. In this case, the layouts are very similar, but you can see how you can toggle back and forth between layouts to see your paper space view, or you can go back, of course, to your design view. So that's just an example of a couple things where we've tweaked it a little bit from how it works in the desktop application to talk about it in a different way so that some of our newer users or less experienced users will feel more comfortable inside of the application.
Yeah. So we had another question come in about, let's see, if I'm working from home with AutoCAD 360, how does it link to the office? Is there a Dropbox, or do I need to be online to work with it? So that's a great question, and you actually have a few different ways that you can do that. So as I mentioned with AutoCAD, the desktop installs of 2013 and 2014, there are ways to work with those existing files that you have and sync those up to the AutoCAD 360 website and mobile app. So that's one way to do it. You can also go directly to the AutoCAD 360 web app and upload things there. And then finally, if you want to, as I mentioned, you have access to those external services like Dropbox or Box.net. So if you prefer using things like that, you're more than welcome to do that, and that lets you kind of have the way that you want to use it and have the tools that you prefer and already are using, and be able to access those files anywhere. So we're really excited to be able to offer that. Let's see what else we got. Please feel free to ask any other questions. It sounds we have a few more minutes here. Lisa, anything else you want to add?
No, actually, I think if people don't have questions now, the boards where that we have online for these products are a great place to come back and have questions. We have people from our team right on those boards, so you'll get really quick answers. And it's a good place to have discussions with both other users and Autodesk folks. So yeah. I encourage you to try out both applications and tell us what you think there.
Yeah, and you can access those forums and those contact channels both from inside the web app, but also from the landing page, AutoCAD360.com, and then there are also entry points from the mobile app as well. So again, we really want to hear your feedback, what you think about this. And yeah, thanks so much for your time today. We're really glad you could join us. Please feel free to ask questions later on, and we'll try to respond offline afterward. And look forward to next time. Thanks.
Thank you.